Vigilantes, Season 1, Episode 7.
That's me, Koichi Himawari. Hero by night, college student by day.
Next week, you can expect a quiz on what we've been studying lately.
Let me
Mainly
guess.
Chapter 3.
Something about
Everyone be
heroes.
sure to
Something related to
review.
hero society. The birth of heroes and their origins. What a shock. Every college class, every subject is somehow the study of heroes. The sociology of heroes, the psychology of heroes, the science behind heroes, heroic accounting, everything except economics. It is antithetical to their mission. Imagine not getting an A in hero class and hero society.
My day job's been eating my time, which is a little rough.
He's burning it at three ends.
Hey, you mind?
Please, feel free.
Oh, be careful, Koichi, she's trouble.
I saw you from across the room and wondered what book's been taking up so much time.
No, this doesn't happen, Koichi. This doesn't happen to you. In the off chance this is genuine, maybe hold off on bringing her to your apartment.
Oh, this one?
Hero sociology.
Hero sociology, I said that. That's crazy.
You're best off finding a clubmate who passed the class and copying their notes.
Someone like me.
If I had a club, that'd be a great idea.
No, I know.
I'm a loner.
You should try fixing that.
I can't argue with you there.
I guess she doesn't know about his
Well,
reputation.
how about this? You can let me take care of
Oh, what a surprise. What do you want?
Careful, Makoto. Didn't know you had that cougar in you, girl.
Careful, Koichi.
I should introduce myself.
Koichi Himawari, freshman in the sociology department. Also known as the creeper of the
Oh,
East
okay.
Naruhodo
Or at least she's like putting it all out in the open. It's not creeper, it's croissant.
I'm not asking something for nothing here. I help with
What are
your
you
schoolwork.
offering? Oh, schoolwork.
And you help me.
Okay.
Call it a little tit for tat.
No. I mean, yes, of course, yes. My mind's telling me no. But like, when have I ever listened to that? It helps that I'm not super into MILFs. That's my one defense. Episode 7, Makoto / Truth. It really is just like my apartment. It's crazy. But less laundry and not as green.
No. For real?
Directly to the apartment.
They got away with calling this old place a pet house. Some realtor must have totally pulled a fast one on you.
Yeah, you got a point there.
We'll wait to see the interior. Oh no, yeah, I'm interrupting.
Wasn't expecting company.
Now, what kind of things could a boy not want a young lady to see?
Other people's pudding cups.
Oh, jeez. Pop,
He's
come
cleaning up other
on.
people's
Clean up after
mess.
yourself. Oh, crap. Can't leave that out.
What? Where is your pride now? Where is your All Might sweater pride now? You talked to Big Game earlier about it being a precious collection. It meant everything to you. She already knows you're the cronut. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, she wasn't just mispronouncing his name. Creeper as in creeper, not as in crawler. That was hella confusing. But like, also, she does know. Almost certainly.
I'd be in a whole mess of trouble if any strangers found out my secret identity.
Also, nobody would really
How are
care about
things
his secret
going
identity.
there?
Fine. They're going well. I'm just moving my dildos. Almost done with those dildos now. It's actually kind of cute and sweet and a little bit sad. He has apartment trauma. To be known as the creeper because of that incident throughout your entire school, that actually is terrible. Poor Koichi. And he's so proud of his apartment too, and he really wants people to come over. It's such a big moment for him.
Oh, I almost missed the beer. Gotta hide that too. Thanks for your patience.
Good thing the cans are empty.
First, we'll sort your classes into 3 categories. Nothing matters but the final exam. Assignments are everything, and as long as you show up.
This girl's schools.
You're on chapter 3, right?
Yeah.
She's like Koro-sensei with the textbook
Chapter
knowledge.
3 of Intro to Hero Sociology. Friction between vigilantism and the hero licensing
It's a very
system.
relevant
Well,
chapter
that's appropriate.
in hero sociology. Yeah, she knows. She knows.
You recall the advent of the extraordinary and the birth of heroes?
Who could forget?
When humans first started being born with quirks, it brought about a period of severe societal disorder.
Naturally. Can you imagine?
Laws were passed governing common use of quirks, and the vigilantes gained an official legal basis for their work as heroes.
Yeah. I knew that.
Of course.
Definitely.
Or that's what they teach you in school.
So it's not true.
Oh, it was a psyop. I guess the macro point here is that when you're born into something, because of the continuity you experience or lack of continuity, because it's such a constant, there's a bias, I guess, of thinking that that is more than it is. The first example is probably your parents, where parents are like a tier. You know, they're a job class. They're different creatures. So are teachers, so are institutions, so are governments. It's all just people in sort of this like rolling, organic trial and error process. There can be something a little bit terrifying about realizing that at its various stages. Because like, even though I think in a key sense, things can be greater than the sum of their parts, and so institutions can have something like a life or identity. At some fundamental level, there is no safety net. It's just people doing stuff. And the world we live in is perhaps just the aggregate of that, skewed overwhelmingly in favor of people who are very deliberately active in those areas.
Can you tell me where in the world I'd need to look to find the first hero licensing system?
America.
Hang on. Somewhere in America?
Oh no, is this the wrong answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhode Island. Interesting.
There are 189 vigilantes under the purview of the legislation.
Looks just like Robin. Wow, America
many do you
invented
think were
hero
approved to
licensing,
become
just like they
official
invented freedom.
heroes?
What? Right, I get it. Guess they wouldn't all make the cut. Some people don't feel like heroes even if they mean well.
That was just a person chosen at random.
The actual answer is 7.
It's very selective.
The Vigilantes won public support and
interesting.
became the first heroes.
They all look so familiar. I know I missed last episode that the Yakuza were Marvel heroes. The dude on the right looks like Rorschach. You know, 7 out of 189, for some reason, just hits me as intuitively right, or thereabouts. I don't think that this could be accurately calculated, but I bet there is a kind of potential heuristic in the making about, like, given basically any group, what the breakdown of people and their various motivations and levels of complexity are in those things. So, like, while it's tempting and it's fun and easy to sort by this is a bad group, this is a good group, my personal hunch is that it will probably break down in some ratio of people who are, like, just there to milk it for themselves. People who are just kind of there because, you know, they fell there by chance. And then a certain number of people who, like, really have beautiful, pure motivations and just think, like, that orientation is the best way to achieve those goals. I mean, I would hope it would be more than 7, but it wouldn't shock me if that's what it was.
But according to some, the hero licensing system had one goal: not to promote heroes, but to define what makes a villain.
Oh, that's very interesting.
This put the government in control of quirks, and much to the chagrin of many, the labels would often feel arbitrary.
Right, yeah. Speaking of label shifting.
With detractors stating that their right to bear arms is being infringed upon, as well as their sense of self-determination. This brewed political mistrust.
This is a great lesson.
The age-old question, who watches the Watchmen?
Speaking of Watchmen.
Write that verbatim and you should pass. And review
Thanks
the pages
for
I
the
tagged.
answers.
Wow, I can't thank you enough.
For real. Should put an emotional spin on that too, and like made it relevant.
When those laws went into effect, what do you think was the deciding factor that divvied people up into hero and villain camps?
Ooh, these are great. The question's a little bit unclear. If she's asking what was the thing that made people be chosen as heroes, the two answers that seem most likely are 1, allegiance, and 2, just because we've seen this in the show before, sort of like the palatability or appeal. If she's asking about how the lines formed, maybe she already gave the answer of like those who agreed with the policy versus those who didn't agree with the policy, regardless of what they were doing in their actions.
I don't think I know that one. I suppose following the law?
Oh, how cute. I'm afraid the answer is a secret.
What? You can't do that to us.
You don't need to know that one for the test. That's from my own independent study.
I wonder
And if you want the answer, then
where
you're gonna have
she
to scratch
falls.
my back
I have
too.
a sneaking suspicion.
You know the Naruhata Vigilantes on the news?
Who? Maybe it's just academic interest.
I've heard they've been doing a lot of work to keep the streets safe.
And clean.
I've got nothing to worry about with my trusty bodyguard.
Wait, you mean me?
That's a lot to assume if you don't know in this quirk-filled world.
She has me in a bit of a tight spot. Gotta
He
find
loves
a way
it,
to
though.
fool her safely. I see her Saturday.
Oh, he's smitten.
Stupid grin for.
Oh yeah, Papa's there the whole time. Villain.
Welcome home.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
Got any juicy deets to share with your little
brother
sister?
and sister. Interesting.
I'll bet your job gives you some pull with All Might.
Absolutely.
Heroes are one thing, but don't go running up to a villain and ask for an interview. They're criminals through and through, and you shouldn't get involved.
Yeah, don't do that to Endeavor either, unless you want to get your notepad knocked right out of your hand.
I don't know. Seems narrow-minded to condemn the offender rather than the offense. Heroes and villains do the same things. And some say the law draws a sketchy line.
This is too nuanced. Get out.
They think it's fine as long as they don't cross the line. Then before long, they've stumbled so far over the line they can't see it anymore.
Tsukuichi's
First
point
a victim, then an
is
offender.
correct. It is a real thing. And this is maybe the best argument for his position. But I also think there's a lot to her take, which seems like a hero-villain rendition of that classic hate the sin, not the sinner thing. I think there are a lot of cool, and actually maybe even more important applications of that, where like there's a lot of focus on the identifiers of a thing and the groups of a thing, the labels of a thing. But if the focus is super honed in on the merits of the practice or behavior or action itself, though it's difficult, wouldn't it then be the case that you never would even need to take a side in terms of like allegiance or identity, let's say? Because you're just going to go where the good is. So maybe it's here in this person, in this group, in this way today, and then in this person over here in this group, in that way tomorrow, and you can stay sort of light on your feet, which maybe allows a better pursuit of like what is actually the point. Maybe that turns out to be a good defense against things like confirmation bias and supporting causes not because they're things you believe in, but because of like it gives some identity, undeserved feelings of superiority or nobility or something like that. I also think that's probably more conducive to finding that balance between being understanding and sympathetic and broad-minded while also being able to speak honestly, where like the enemy isn't the person, it's not people, it's not humanity, it's not this group, it's like this behavior is not good, and I can respect you and I can love you and I can care about you and I can genuinely want the best for you and also disagree that this is good behavior. And I think with a high enough North Star in that way, they stop being mutually exclusive. So like I can understand you and want the best for you and also disagree with you at the same time, where in a lot of cases that often feels difficult or there's been some unnecessary linking there somewhere.
In short, just don't go too far.
That's not what I was getting at. What I meant to say was you shouldn't go looking for danger.
Right, he's concerned about your life. I think the difficulty of this comes from the fact that it's a spectrum between you cannot yourself be the sole arbiter of what good and bad is. I mean, that's Stendhal. There has to be something higher than you. But simultaneously, you can't just blindly follow a set of values that has been dictated to you. That is sort of the endless struggle, or something like that.
Where's that floozy? Get off!
Oh, somebody's
She
jealous.
barged in here as if she owns the place.
Wow, no self-awareness.
So, first up, I approach my opponent
developing.
while mixing in a few feints. Then I stretch my leg to trip them.
The tripper.
Sure, that works.
Unimpressed.
Slide and glide moves in the first place. Toss in those foot sweeps to keep your opponent busy, and your average person will be sure to struggle.
Your average person. Right. That's nice, though.
Good work, kid.
Cool, I like it.
Is that all?
Very supportive.
Annoy then run.
Cool, weirdo.
Oh, she's just upset. We gotta start somewhere.
It's fine. She's been in a bad mood the past few days. See, thing is...
Ever since I brought another girl home. Tell Knuckle about it.
Just happened.
That's dangerous.
She made it
Be
happen.
careful. Can't let a third party figure out who we are.
It's dangerous for a lot of reasons.
Well, there's always ways to silence people if we think they're gonna talk.
Whoa, I won't let it come to that!
Please don't let it come to that. Then again, I appreciate the energy. There are times when I could have used an older brother figure like Knuckle.
Don't mix professional and personal life.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Solid advice. She
Be
agrees for different
clear.
reasons.
Which one's supposed to be which?
Yeah, we're not getting paid, so
Thanks for coming out. Glad to see ya.
when you have a crush, then she is a threat to Pop.
I managed to find a few places people have reported seeing them often.
What he's supposed to do
Maybe
is
we should start
Koichi.
our search there for now.
Sure.
You can't do both at once.
I want to know what the factor was that divided pro heroes from villains back when the system first
Alright, maybe she
launched.
actually just is
Right.
genuinely
The
interesting.
very thing you said you'd teach me about next time.
I feel like I would probably get along with her.
If you ask me, it came down to popularity.
That makes some sense, yeah. Like I was saying, there's precedent for that in the show.
Take the hero ranking system. It's largely a popularity contest.
Right,
That was
that
even
definitely
more
is a
obvious
popularity
at the
contest.
start, back before legislation had caught up.
Yeah, back before season 5, 6, and 7.
If we can nail that down, we'll learn more about the fundamentals of superpowered society and modern heroes.
She's in the right world also. She really is in the right place.
Are they, like, popular?
Well, let's do some interviews and find
Brace
out.
yourself,
You'll be the
Koichi.
cam up.
Lower your expectations.
Pop Step, though? She's an online idol who performs in the street. But lately, she's been keeping those streets
Yeah, speaking of
safe for us,
popularity,
too.
she's got it in spades.
The crueller's probably a creep.
Oh no, even in his secret identity.
He returned my purse when I dropped
Okay,
it.
thank God.
Such a sweetheart. If only he didn't look like a little...
What?
Oh no.
That's so cute. I want to scream. Look at him, buddy.
Oh, so her name is Pop, huh? Gotta kill her.
Okay, I
but-
think there's a trend forming.
After all, what people really want from idols nowadays is a coming-of-age story. So I don't think that she should be flaunting her body like that. Rather, if she'd only listen to me.
Oh God, that was annoying. I don't think she should be flaunting her body to others. These voice actors just like crush the NPCs.
Apparently, there's a dangerous geezer attacking people. Scary.
She's the scariest one of all.
Apparently, he was punched to death by Freaky Fist Grandpa.
Almost to death. Get
Aggregating
it
what
straight.
people like about Pop Step gives us her butt. She's cute.
99% of respondents say they like Pop's butt.
For the crueler, we've got creepy. He's nice but creepy. Seems
Cockroach
cool,
but creepy.
Weird and creepy. That's a rough summary of what we heard.
Guess a lot of people must think he's creepy.
Where did you get that idea? I think you're reading too much into the data. What has data done for us lately? And on the plus side, I heard nice, cool, and weird, but, you know.
There he goes! It's another soccer robbery! He
Soccer
doubles
robbery.
the crowd!
We live in a society. Seems like an incredible impediment.
Emperor Yatsura. Quirk, soccer.
What does that
Does
mean?
even count as a quirk?
Yes.
Get back here, you
Here, I'll go after that guy.
Have we ever covered the rules about quirks in sports? Imagine how sad that would be. Like, your quirk is soccer, but you're not allowed to play soccer professionally. That actually might be substantial evidence under the category of, like, society's doing something wrong.
If her laptop gets stolen, she'll learn her lesson and leave us alone.
I can't just turn my back like that.
I don't want her to leave us alone.
Here we go! I'm the guy who caught up with the thief!
He's getting faster, probably.
My high-speed double sweep! He kept dribbling while he dodged?
Amazing. Yeah, I was waiting for the kick. Yeah, that's his offense attack. He's breaking all sorts of laws right now. We were all vigilantes that day. Oh no, we're way over the line. It's just like Tsukuichi said.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
You can't even see the line anymore.
You're the one who caught that guy?
No, You know those vigilantes that you've been gathering data on?
Like the
Well,
totally
rushed in as
non-creepy
fast as can
crawler.
be. And honestly, he didn't strike me as creepy at all.
That's exactly what it is.
And thanks to you too, Koichi.
When do we get
excellent data from all this.
soccer player
Totally.
origins?
I wish I could have been there so I could meet the vigilantes like you did.
Oh, she's so jealous. It's cute.
I have a question for you, if you would entertain me.
I like her questions.
The truth is, you're the crueler.
Oh,
aren't
what?
Makoto Sukauchi, quirk, polygraph.
Oh, she's a lie detector.
What? No, I'm not.
you? Oh, sorry.
Wait, what? Is it because she called him the Crawler and not the Crawler? I missed it because, like, I just think of him as the Crawler. That reminds me of an episode of Batman Beyond where Batman is in, I think, Scarecrow's hallucination world and doesn't know what's real, doesn't know which version of him is real, and he figures it out because the inner voice calls him Bruce Wayne. And Terry asks him how he knew it was fake, and he's like, I don't call myself Bruce. But, like, way less cool than that. And they have a whole law enforcement family.
Having trouble with that paper from before?
Something like that. I suppose I could make it halfway decent with the data I've already acquired.
This just in, the Crawler is creepy.
Get it together. Quit messing around. Doesn't take it seriously. Too lazy. You found yourself one tough crowd.
Better than
Opinions on
creepy.
Pop step, but can't sing.
Actually, maybe this is worse.
Is the crawler hard to say? I'm not this crueler.
Why do you think you need to send your complaints my way?
He's just frustrated. So, I mean, following this theory, if we get our popularity high enough, there's a fast track to heroism. That's encouraging. I think that actually is one of the effects of the thing I was mentioning earlier, that realization of there are no categorical lines really, it's all just people. This goes wrong and is a source of frustration when people don't make that connection and are like, wait, but I did everything I was told to do and followed all the rules and did everything the way it was mapped out for me. And this guy didn't, and he's way ahead of me. Well, it's because like those were sort of a best guess measure or are there for other reasons. And if enough people decide to like push someone up, that person will be pushed up, generally speaking. Or at least this happens quite a lot in specific contexts like work. And it goes really well when we sort of rally together and make exceptions for people who like really deserve it. And you're like, wow, people like him deserve to make it, battle the odds to make it, and made it. I think Makoto's character is really interesting. I like her presence because she's interested in the underlying philosophy of the whole thing. It's kind of funny to think this episode starts with a look at hero education, which is all about heroes, unsurprisingly. And then you realize that in order to write things at this depth, where we seem to be going with Vigilantes and absolutely with the main show and all the great things that's built, the writer himself would sort of have to have something like a PhD level of knowledge in heroism.